People are never as they seem. Nietzsche believed the masks we wear expose the truth we try to hide. Stay with me, because once you see these hidden truths, you'll never look at people the same way again. You already sense more than you realize. People wear masks to survive, hiding fear, doubt, and past pain. Gestures, pauses, and criticism reveal inner truths. Observe, empathize, and connect. Understanding behavior uncovers both others' struggles and your own. Words often deceive. Confidence can hide self-doubt. Calmness can hide chaos. Most aren't intentionally deceptive. They protect themselves from a world that punishes vulnerability. People leak truth in subtle moments, glances, shifts, nervous laughs. Everyone builds a persona to navigate life. Tension in these masks reveals the real person beneath. What we dislike in others mirrors hidden fears. Constant criticism may reflect inner struggle. Projection is a window into unacknowledged truths within themselves. Silence speaks louder than words. Pauses, evasions, and rehearsed replies reveal where vulnerabilities hide. Language shields, silence exposes. Loud virtue often hides insecurity or a need for validation. Real integrity is quiet. When someone proclaims moral superiority, it may mask fear or desire for dominance. Self-deception comes before lying to others. Inconsistencies often show what people have been convincing themselves of. Observe the cracks. They reveal truth. Superiority often hides inadequacy. Boasting or belittling peers is usually a shield for fear or self-doubt. True confidence exists quietly, without fanfare. Fear drives behavior more than desire. Over-explaining, dominating, or disappearing are survival strategies shaped by what people fear losing, not what they hope to gain. Excessive criticism reveals inner struggle. Judgment often mirrors suppressed insecurities. Notice what triggers discomfort, trace it inward for insight. Extreme certainty can cloak guilt or regret. Tension beneath composed exteriors maps unresolved conflicts or past mistakes. Observe the underlying struggle. Exaggeration signals inner conflict. Claims of total happiness or indifference often hide doubt or fear of vulnerability. Volume and certainty betray suppressed fears. Control masks insecurity. Obsessive order and micromanaging reflect internal chaos. Rigid behavior shows fear, not strength. Look for what lies beneath the surface. Social performance often masks emptiness. Loud, curated, or public displays often hide fragile cores. True self-aware individuals need no audience. They act from authenticity. Putting it together, nervous gestures, overconfident boasts, subtle slips, they're the language of the soul. Use this knowledge to empathize, not manipulate. Early experiences shape adult behavior. Childhood wounds appear as envy, silence, and the need to be seen. Observe patterns to understand others and yourself more deeply. No one speaks purely from logic. Pain and past experience shape arguments. Ask, what experiences and fears color their worldview? Every pause and gesture tells a story. By noticing masks, slips, projections, and silence, you gain empathy, clarity, and understanding. Observing human behavior reveals both other struggles and your own path to self-awareness. Every human has an inner world shaped by past wounds. Emotions, desires, and fears guide behavior more than logic or reason. People often repeat patterns from childhood. Reactivity, envy, or need for approval trace back to formative experiences and unhealed pain. Deep observation reveals motivation. Actions, pauses, and even tone hint at the inner narrative that drives them. The moments people overreact are rich with information. Frustration, defensiveness, and anxiety expose fears they cannot articulate. Inner conflict shows in small contradictions. Someone claiming control may feel powerless. Someone professing happiness may feel lost. People crave validation in subtle ways, approval-seeking, performance, or public displays. These are signals, not flaws. Projection is pervasive. What they accuse in others often reflects what they deny in themselves. Observing this builds understanding, not judgment. Fear manifests as avoidance, dominance, or overcompensation. Recognizing fear behind behavior helps decode actions accurately. Vulnerability is often masked by humor, sarcasm, or arrogance. Nervous laughter or forced smiles hint at insecurity. Emotional patterns are consistent. Look for repetition. Recurring defensiveness, criticism, or avoidance reveals the inner story. Hidden motives can be ethical, selfish, or protective. Decoding requires observing both words and the subtle cues around them. Context matters. Same action means different things depending on history, personality, and environment. True empathy comes from seeing layers, not just surface behavior. Each mask has a reason, often rooted in survival or unprocessed pain. Understanding motives allows connection, not control. Knowledge of inner world should guide compassion, not manipulation. By observing carefully, you see the architecture of the mind: fear, hope, projection, and resilience intertwined in every choice. Awareness transforms perception. Seeing the masks and the moments of truth allows you to relate authentically and wisely. Childhood wounds echo in adult behavior. Envy, silence, or need for validation stem from unmet needs or trauma. Self-reflection amplifies understanding. Observing others uncovers patterns within yourself you might have overlooked. Listening deeply goes beyond words. Tone, gestures, and pauses speak louder than what is said. Patterns reveal potential growth. Recognizing recurring struggles allows you to break cycles in yourself and understand others. Compassion grows from insight. Knowing fears and motives doesn't give power over others. It fosters connection. Vulnerability can be met with empathy instead of judgment. Seeing the hidden struggles behind masks humanizes everyone. Awareness of projection helps you differentiate between others' insecurities and your own perceptions. Inner clarity comes from observing fear, control, and emotional patterns without reacting. Transformation arises when observation leads to understanding. Knowledge of masks, gestures, and hidden motives enhances both empathy and self-awareness. Life is an interplay of masks and authenticity. Recognizing patterns allows you to engage without being deceived by appearances. Observing the inner world builds wisdom. You learn when to listen, when to act, and when to simply hold space. Understanding human behavior is a lifelong skill. It deepens relationships, enhances empathy, and strengthens self-knowledge. Every slip, glance, or pause is an invitation to insight. Watch carefully and learn. Mastery isn't about control, it's about clarity. Awareness of masks allows you to navigate life with perception, compassion, and authenticity. True wisdom begins when you stop rushing to label others. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with them?" ask, "What shaped them?" Every behavior has roots in experience, often invisible to the surface. When you approach people with curiosity instead of judgment, their defenses soften. You don't just see their actions, you see the story behind their actions. That is the seed of empathy. Remember, everyone you meet is fighting battles you cannot see. The harsh critic, the distant friend, the person hiding behind a smile, all are carrying invisible weight. Recognizing this truth allows you to respond with patience instead of resentment. And here lies the paradox. The more clearly you see the masks of others, the more you begin to see your own. You notice the roles you play, the armor you wear, the fears you hide, even from yourself. Awareness of this is not weakness, it is freedom. So take these insights not as tools to judge others, but as invitations to look deeper. Understanding behavior is ultimately about compassion. Compassion for others. Compassion for yourself. Hopefully, you found value in these reflections and perhaps a new way of seeing the human experience. Thanks for watching. If you found value here, hit like, subscribe, and join the journey into deeper thought. No masters, only the mind.